Okay, perfect. So if everybody makes sure they're on mute, I think we all are, which is great. And then I think myself, Rob Stroud up in whichever left-hand corner for me, Sophie's in the left-hand down the corner for me. Us three, we can maybe stay off mute or keep yourself on mute until we chat. Can everybody hear me okay? Great. Sorry, Heather. I'm not sure whether it might be you. Lovely. Okay, guys, we'll get started. So welcome to the 8-week challenge. We're really, really excited that everybody wants to join in. This is completely free of charge. We're just doing this as a massive, massive thank you for staying with us over the last year. It's been a pretty tough, pretty horrendous year. And hopefully you guys have all really enjoyed coming to classes when we have been open. I know there's a few non-members in this group, so these guys, if you're not part of or haven't done a class before, there's a few ex-members as well, then this might give you a bit of a motivation start of the year, and then hopefully we can have you back in the studio too whenever that might be. Okay, so we're going to just start off. If you have any notepads or pen and paper or your notes on your phone, you might want to take some notes today, just to kind of keep you refreshed in the head, and you can always revert back to it. There's not going to be any homework as such, just a few fun challenges. Okay, I don't know, Rob Stroud might be setting you some homework.
No, of course not.
He's a little bit mean, and Sophie loves a spreadsheet and things, so there might be a few things, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to start by talking you through what each week is going to consist of. You might want to make notes of the weeks that sound like they're going to really, really suit you, the ones that interest you more. Do your best to jump on every Zoom on the Saturday morning. They won't be longer than half an hour unless it's a workout. But obviously jot down the ones you definitely don't want to miss, okay? So week one, in about 5 minutes time, I'm going to hand you over to Rob and Sophie, and they're going to talk you through setting goals. Now, sounds like a boring topic.
No. Best topic, Grace. Come on.
Makes me want to kind of shoot myself having to set a goal, but it is really important before we start something like an 8-week challenge. If we don't set ourselves a goal, then really you have absolutely no idea what you're working towards, and then you're less likely to stay accountable. So this is our biggest word today, is accountability. We're trying to keep you guys motivated and going at home, and hopefully by having this support group and having a goal set, you will keep it up, okay? Because we might find about week 4 we start to tail off, and we're going to aim to keep you guys going up, okay? So week 1 is going to be about setting goals. Then at the end there will be a little bit of a small task for you guys to submit, a very, very small task, okay? Week number 2 is going to be our virtual run club /walk/jog. So don't worry, don't panic if you can't run. This we did in lockdown number 1. I think a few of you that are in did the virtual run club on round 1, way back in lockdown number 1. And this is just a super fun. Oh, we got some feedback. If you're joining, just pop yourself on mute. There we go. Ring mute. Who's this? Good. So virtual run club, I won't reveal too much now. We'll reveal this next week, and we'll also submit you the pack. But virtual run club is all about getting out and about in out in your town, out in Winchester, and we'll all be working towards a distance together. So that's just a little sneak peek of what's going to be coming on virtual run club. Perfect, Lindsay. So the session on Zoom, we'll get some feedback at the end, but we're looking at 11 o'clock. Because we're going to be doing a 10 o'clock stretch class beforehand, okay? So hopefully 11 o'clock is going to suit you guys, all right? Week number 3 is really, really, really exciting. We have a nutrition workshop. You're not going to have to listen to us rabbling on. We're actually going to have a professional nutritionist. She's going to be coming in. Some of you might not have met her before. And she will be delivering the nutrition workshop and giving you guys some tools, probably things you've heard of before, but also some new techniques that you can use at home, because nutrition, as I'm sure you're all probably aware, is if not more important than exercise. Okay, it's the kind of area that most people fall down on. Week number 4 is going to be focused on a mobility and a flexibility workout. So it's actually going to be super fun and less sort of, no chatting really. We're going to be working at how you guys can get into those joints, and also giving you some tools to be able to do it on your own and not just follow us or follow an app. There's going to be some things sent over to you to do in your own time. Week number 5 is going to be the return of the Virtual Run Club 2.0, very original name that. And it's all going to be about beating the first Virtual Run Club. Okay, so we won't go too easy in the first one, so that we can definitely beat it in the second. All will be revealed. Week number 6 is called Core and Spine. This is also great fun. It's going to be a workout. We've actually got an external Pilates teacher that's going to be coming in and delivering this one for us. So that will give you guys the importance of your core and your spine and how much it helps prevent injuries when we're doing our workouts and our runs, etc. Week number 7 is going to be taken with one of the boy coaches. They are talking about building strength. So this is quite an interesting topic. Building strength sounds a little bit easier than it is maybe at home. That's when we kind of have a downfall, in that we don't have maybe weights. We don't have those 24s that everyone picks up in the studio. So giving you some tools to be able to do this one on your own. And then week number 8, super important, is going to be about sleep. Okay, and different techniques we can sort of work towards give you the best night's sleep. All right. So today I'm going to hand over to Rob first. He's going to talk you guys through the difference between a goal and a statement. And then just for the next 20 minutes, we're going to get you guys set up with some goals to work towards over the course of the 8 weeks. So handing you guys over to Rob.
Cool. Thanks, Rachel. As you said earlier, some of you might think, oh, goal setting, oh, here we go, a bit boring, but it is the most important. It is the absolute cornerstone of what we're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks. So it's so important that we set a good goal, set an achievable goal, and most importantly, set yourself up to achieve it, basically. So first of all, I guess, what is a goal? A goal it's identifying and establishing something you want to achieve over a given time frame. So the time frame here being 8 weeks, and it's something very specific to you. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's completely down to what you want to achieve over these next 8 weeks. So as Rachel said as well, what is the difference between a goal and just a statement? So coming into January, let's pick on a really common thing. Okay, I want to eat less chocolate. That's not a goal, that is a statement. I want to lose some weight. Again, it's not a goal, it's just a statement. So goals need to be really specific. I know we speak about, drink less wine. I don't know who said that. So yeah, the common one going into January, everyone wants to lose a little bit of weight again. Again, yeah, that's not a goal. So it needs to be specific. We talk about SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, time related, which is good. So we need to make sure that they are measurable. We need to make sure that they have an end time coming up. So why do we set ourselves a goal? It keeps us motivated. It keeps us focused, and it gives us that accountability. We're going to use that word again. So in 8 weeks' time, when we finish this challenge, everyone in this room now can look back at it and go, yep, I absolutely nailed that. I got that. So, for example, let's take that chocolate one. I want to eat less chocolate. We can then turn that into, I want to, over the course of the next 8 weeks, let's eat less than 50 grams of chocolate per day as recorded on one of our apps like MyFitnessPal or something like that, whatever it may be. And then you have A, that way of measuring it, B, it's specific, C, it's number related as well. So it's not just emotively related, it's actually quantifiably justified at the end as well, which is really good. And most importantly, it's got to be realistic. You don't want to set yourselves up to fail. So coming into lockdown, we need to be really realistic about what we can achieve. So I think we talk about in week 7, we've got a strength workshop coming up. Over 8 weeks in lockdown with a lot of what we have at home, it's not possible for all of us to build big muscle strength. So we need to be realistic about what we can do. There are ways of getting stronger. There are ways of getting our fitness levels up to a really high level, but maybe not, just to manage that expectation, may not come up as high as you may expect, given the sort of facilities and what we have available to us. So we need to manage that as well. A lot of people as well are saying, okay, we're a week into January, why am I setting my goals now? I personally think that this is the best time to be setting your goals. Everyone comes out of New Year, everyone comes out of Christmas, and we have all these mad ideas. Okay, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. You get a week or so into January, real life, should I say, normal life kicks back in again. You're back to work, you're back to your day job, you're back to your daily routine, and you think, maybe actually I'll give myself a little bit too much here. And you're just going to set yourself up to fail. So we're going to completely avoid that by setting our goals today, or setting our goals into this first week. We know how the year started. We know what's coming up, or kind of know what's coming up, so we can actually set some nice realistic goals. So yeah, that's the main thing. We want to make sure that we are setting a goal that is measurable, that has something within that goal that allows us to measure it. Make sure we have a way of measuring it. It's something that's going to motivate us. It's going to be completely personal to us. Okay, that's the most important thing. Doesn't matter what other people think. It's what you want to achieve, because you're the person who is going to be motivating yourself and driving yourself to achieve that with our help over the next 8 weeks. So yeah, that is what a goal is. That is what is the difference between a goal and a statement, and then the real benefits of that as well. So I'll hand you over to Sophie, and she's going to talk you through a little bit about keeping yourself motivated, keeping yourself driven towards those goals, and then we can start setting some of those goals up. So I'll hand you back over to Sophie. Awesome. Over to Sophie.
Thanks, Rob. Firstly, hi guys. Hope you're all well. So now that Rob's explained to us exactly what a goal is and how we kind of quantify that, we've set our goals. Let's say, how do we stay motivated over these next 8 weeks? What's stopping us from just dropping off the bandwagon in a couple of weeks and cracking open that bottle of wine on a Monday night? So what we need to do is we need to really remind ourselves throughout these 8 weeks why we've set this goal. What is the why? What's the reason behind you setting that goal? If you are one of those people at the beginning of the year, like the millions there are, that say, I want to lose some weight, why? Ask yourself why. That's what we want you to do today. We want you to really dig into that meaning. You know, get a bit deep with yourself, understand that reason behind why you want to achieve that goal, okay? That will then enable you to stick to it, stay true to yourself, and work towards that throughout these next 8 weeks. If it is a case of wanting to get fitter, what is the reason for that? Is it because perhaps you want to be able to run around with your kids a bit more when you go out in the garden, or you want to be able to keep up with your friends when you go on a run together? You know, there must be a reason behind this, so it kind of rings true to yourself. So throughout these next 8 weeks, you're then able to work towards something, hold yourself, that word again, accountable over these next 8 weeks to achieve that. So actually you're able to take control of these next 8 weeks. You don't have to just sit back and allow the next 8 weeks of lockdown to happen to you. You can be motivated, you can be driven, and work towards something that really means something to you and achieve it, with obviously the help of us here every week getting you through it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Rach?
Perfect, cool. Guys, hopefully they kind of got you in the right frame of mind. We don't want to talk too much about the boring aspects of goals, but based on what Rob said, we're looking at creating a goal that is actually realistic. So don't set yourself up to run a marathon in 4 weeks, because you probably won't be able to do it. And maybe not even 8 weeks. Set yourself up to something that you think, with the current circumstances of lockdown 3, that you'll be able to complete, so that we have a successful finish. Also making sure those goals are measurable. So get fitter, for example, Sophie said, is a classic goal. We have new people come to the studio all the time. They walk in, we ask them what they're trying to achieve, and they say, I want to tone up, I want to get fitter. Really, really, We kind of understand what you're trying to say, but we don't quite also have anything to be able to base that on. Okay, we often stand there with someone when they're at their first session and we're trying to say to them, okay, you want to lose weight, how much do you want to lose? And they don't know. So then after a session with that person, we might then take them to one side, go through their results and try and work out exactly what that goal is. How much are they trying to lose, so that we as staff and as coaches and as the team can still keep you guys rolling with that. It's really, really simple setting a goal. You just got to set one we can complete. And then also in terms of what Sophie said, just having that kind of right mindset. Hopefully this support group will keep you guys interested. Every Saturday morning we sit down and we go through what's going to happen. It won't just be chatting like this every week. We've got workouts, we have specialists, professionals coming in and talking to us with seminars on nutrition, all the interesting juicy bits, and there will also be challenges that we send you on. Okay, so what we're going to do is just give you guys 5 minutes now to maybe have a think. You can just sit there, close your eyes, whatever you'd like to do, about what your goal can be. Before you guys do that, I think we should as staff share our goals, and that might help you with some ideas. Some of you might be sat there thinking, I know exactly what I want to do. Some of you might be sat there thinking, I have absolutely no idea. And we don't mind if you like the idea of someone else's goal and want to steal it from them and run away with that goal as well. Okay, so I'm going to start with my goal. My goal is really simple. I notice from being at home all day and being in lockdown and with the weather that I am moving hardly at all. I am looking at my watch at the end of the day and I have done so far 600 steps. Now I'm not really in good set to get moving for the rest of the day. Maybe by 7 o'clock tonight, when I'm sat, hopefully not with my glass of wine, I'll probably be on maybe 1,000 steps. Okay, so my goal is to walk 10,000 steps a day. It's so simple. Everyone says about the number 10,000. It's actually a really great number. That's why we use that. We're not just copying everyone else. 10,000, I feel like I've got my heart rate up. It also generally gets me to a bit of a deficit. I tend to burn over between 2,000 and 3,000 calories a day, which then works with the nutrition I'm inputting into my body. Okay. And on top of my 10,000 steps, I'm going to make sure I take part in 2 of our OTF Zoom workouts per week. After this Zoom, I'll send you guys the logins to those as well, which you can all take part in. Rob, what's your goal?
Oh yeah, so over the last few months, I've really my running's really fallen off. So my goal is simply by the end of January, I was supposed to be able to run 10 miles again at a pace of less than 5 minutes per kilometre. So quite specific, has like measurable units in there, and it's challenging. But I think it's just about achievable. Just a bit cold, isn't it? But we'll get around that. But that's it. Really simple. You got to run 10 miles at 5 minutes per kilometre by the end of the month.
Awesome. And my goal is to get back to where I was before my Christmas indulgence, really. So I know that if I hit my 10,000 steps a day and I eat my daily calories and hit my water and my hydration count every single day, I will get back there within the next few weeks. So by doing those 3 daily goals, my step count, my calories and my water, those 3 very easy things, I know that I can get back to where I was. So yeah, super simple.
Perfect, good. So obviously we gave you different kind of goals there. For example, Sophie's is on a calorie count. We can't necessarily right now here with everybody give you the tools to do that and work out what your calories should be. But if you guys try and work out a goal that you understand right now, something that works for you, not too complicated. So we're going to just break out little Q&A. If you've got any questions, you want some help, chuck it in the comments box. But generally at the end of the 5 minutes, think about a goal, and then we're just going to share a few and then we'll be done today. All right. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat, and we're just going to have 5 minutes. Write down your goals and try and think about it and actually write it on your sheet. So if you've got some notes going for today or on your phone, write down that goal at the top. And if anyone wants to share a few of their goals in the chat as well, that would be fantastic. All right. I can chuck some ideas out if that would help. I can share some different types of goals. For example, we've got the 10,000 step count. Maybe you'd like to go for an outdoor run 3 times a week. Maybe it is a very simple goal that you want to go to bed every night at 9 p.m. Because you want to keep some sort of routine. So it doesn't have to be a goal that's exercise related. It could be something else. Yeah, cover 5K per day, run or walk. That's great. Moira, can you recommend a step counter for an Android phone? Yes. Is it an iPhone, Moira? No.
Android.
No. Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I'm such an app. Does anyone else have an Android phone?
Yes, I do.
Go on, Rob.
Mine is literally just the health app that's built into mine. It works pretty well. It seems to be pretty accurate. I've got a Huawei, or however it is, Huawei phone. It's just called Huawei Health. I think Samsung Health. It's a Samsung Health app as well. In terms of anything else,
can I just
there's so much.
You can download an app called Pedometer on the Android App Store, and that will literally just count your steps as long as you've got your phone on you all day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just go into
yeah.
it's like Google App Store or whatever, it's literally just called Pedometer. But I hope that helps.
That's great. I like Abby's goal of stretch every day. Join in our stretch class next Saturday at 10 o'clock, and it might give you guys some tools or even just a 5-minute sequence that you can take away. Can you explain how we join the seasons? I see the chart for different locations. The sessions? Yes. So Alex, who's Alex? Alex is there. Hi, Alex. You're non-member, but welcome to the group. So joining the sessions after this Zoom, I'll send out an email to you all. It's going to have a bit of a recap of today, but it will also at the bottom have the session times. They're also on Zoom. All of the ID will be the same as this one, and the password to all of the workouts will be OTF in capitals. Okay, but I'll pop it in the email as well. Everybody's welcome to join them as well as part of the challenge, completely free. You just dial in at the time. So we've got 6 o'clock on a Monday in the evening, not in the morning. 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. We've got 9:30 in the morning on a Friday. And then we have a 10 a.m. stretch class on a Saturday. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, good. Katie, I love Katie's. Katie's also a non-member. Welcome to the team, Katie. Hi. I love that one. Complete the Couch to 5K. I'm sure lots of you have heard of it. It's a lovely little app you can download. Has anybody done Couch to 5K?
Yeah, I've done it previously. It was really good. I really recommend it if anyone else is thinking about it.
Great. That's also a lovely structured, structured sequence as well that gives you some guidance constantly on how the training should progress.
Abby, going back to your one, you mentioned there about drinking more water.
Yeah.
What is more water? How much is more water?
Well,
what's your start point? What's your end point?
Say again?
What's your start point and what is your end point? What are you currently drinking?
My start point is currently probably a few cups of tea a day.
Okay.
It's tragic. But I've been looking to get one of those bottles that's got all like the times on it so that I actually have to drink that amount by like a certain point. So until I find one of them, I'm just sort of filling up a bottle, making sure I've drank it by midday, then fill it up again and make sure I've drank that by the evening, if that makes sense. So okay. Because I just don't drink enough at all, and it's so easy to do that. And I also find where I don't drink enough water, I find myself snacking all the time. Like I eat out of boredom, or like I'll just be hungry when in fact I'm probably not hungry. I'm just dehydrated, if that makes sense. If I drink more water, I feel like I'm almost like fine. I'm not actually hungry, and then I'm not eating as much crap during the day, basically. So that's my thought process.
Sweet.
Izzy,
Izzy,
I love this, yeah.
um,
Go, Rob, go.
yeah, Izzy, you mentioned about losing half a stone in 8 weeks. And is that achievable? Is that right?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
possible.
So it's about £7. So it's about £1 a week. So that's a really nice, easy number to achieve.
I'm still working, still going into school, so I'm still on my feet quite a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus on the nutrition and also trying to do, at least one Orange Theory workout a week, at least one run a week, and I'm trying to do yoga as well. So hopefully.
Yeah. So I mean, like
yeah.
as a general guide, the general guide is 3,500 calories deficit within that time, within a week, say, to lose or whatever it is, to lose £1. So if you're doing £1 a week, you've got to create that sort of deficit, I guess, of 3,500 calories, about 500 a day, which is not too unrealistic given the amount of what you just said you're going to try and focus on there as well. So definitely a realistic goal.
Thank you.
It's a good goal. Good. It's small increments, which is perfect. Justine, I like that. It's something non-exercise related. Portions of fruit and veg. So my guidance to you, Justine, was just to make it measurable. Write down at the end, like at the start of the day or the end of the day or as you go, which ones, whether you've nailed it. So breakfast, banana, whatever it is. Write it down. This is good. I think that's Heather Stur's iPhone. Heather, she's there. 2 outdoor runs, 1 interval treadmill. That's perfect. Keep up the running. Catherine, water, excellent. Miranda didn't run over 7K in the whole of 2020. Want to be able to get back to running 10K by the end of the 8 weeks. I love that, even if it takes you 2 hours. Absolutely. So I love the hour. 2 hours is great because we want to keep it realistic. If you're going to go, I'm going to go and run 10K in 45 minutes and you really think you're probably not going to be able to do it, you know, the idea is you've got a number. 10 miles by Feb half term. Bart, talk us through yours.
Yeah, so the main one for me, I noticed in the original lockdowns, like my activity in general, my general health was, in comparison to not being in a lockdown, was shocking. So my activity was less. I was like, the quality of food that I was eating was not as good. So for me, it was just making sure that throughout this lockdown, I'm still, I know we touched on it earlier, going out, getting, 10,000, 12,000 steps in, keeping active, and then also maintaining that I'm nailing good quality food throughout the time that we are stuck indoors.
How are you going to make it measurable, Bart?
Yeah, so making it measurable, I'm really, really fortunate that I have like the technology in both a Fitbit as well as most of you guys, an Orange Theory heart rate monitor. So I am able to track my activity through that, and then through tracking what I eat, I know Rob touched on it earlier, an app called MyFitnessPal. Really simple to just log your food, log the quantity of how much you're eating as well. And I log all of that, take into account how many calories I've burnt and how many calories I'm consuming, and then just making sure I'm in a slight deficit.
Perfect. So yeah, using an app to make it measurable. I love Nikki as well, joining the club on the weight loss. Good to have a goal, a measurable goal. Izzy, try and cook healthy meals. So maybe to make that a bit more monitored, you could aim at the start of the week to pick some recipes out of a book. And know that you're going to do at least 3 of those home cooked recipes. Just find a way, Izzy, I would say, of making it monitored so that you stick to it. Meal plan, again, like Rosie said, that's fab. Creating a meal plan.
Fortunately, with the situation we're in at the moment as well, I think a couple of you mentioned it as well, some of us may be asked to isolate. We may not be able to leave our house or our flat for 10 days. And that is a real, unfortunately, that is a real possibility at the moment. So within there, we then need to be realistic about what we can achieve and what our goals are, and then control what we can control. So your goal may go away from, you're not going to get, let's face it, chances of you getting 10,000 steps around your flat or your house, pretty unlikely. So then you need to just rein it in a bit and see what we can control. And then it may go a little bit further away from fitness side of things. We can start looking at sort of self-preservation and sort of more of a mental health side of things as well. So you may want to try and learn 3 things a day, or you may want to take it to, again, controlling what we can control. Make sure your foods you're cooking from scratch, not just buying cheap meals. You're trying to you know, cooked with fresh ingredients or as fresh ingredients as you can for the time. So you might not get these 10,000 steps in, you might not be able to go for a run every day, but there's things within that environment that you can control, and that can become your goal, just to keep you accountable for something, keep you switched on, and look after ourselves in a different way rather than just running or sort of pacing steps or whatever it may be, the active side of things. So think outside of just getting fit and losing weight. Also try and think about your mental state and what we can do in this time as well, because that's also just as important, I think.
Yeah, I think that links in. I'll just talk through two more. Simone asked, I love it. You can brag, Simone. You're a good runner. What can you do that's just a little bit different to just exercise, because you're already running, you're already super fit, as we know. Simone is very, very fit on the treadmills at the studio. But like Rob said, finding a goal, find a weakness, Simone, in your life. That sounds awful, but find something that lets you down, whether that is, you know, whether it's a type of a food that you think, oh my God, I really should cut that out, whether it's, you know, sleep. Find a goal that's non-related and that you find, you know, it's your one bugbear in life that you think you could probably eliminate. Try and find that. And then last one, Rosie, I love this. Alcohol, we've made a joke about it at the start, but I think everybody, it's quite a big goal for a lot of people. Some people don't, you know, it's not a thing. Some people, alcohol absolutely is a thing. You know, we never want to eliminate anything from our diet. You should always have something. But if you do think you probably could reduce it, or your GP, then I love that, limiting it to just a certain time frame. You can also measure that really well. Know that Monday to Friday there's none, and at the weekend there's some. Good. Love it. Great. Also, guys, thank you.
Also, just a quick one as well, maybe another thing to think about is think back to lockdown 1. At the end of lockdown 1, did you come out of the lockdown 1 and think, I wish I'd done that better, or wish I'd done that? Here's your chance. Go and do it now.
I love that. We'll leave it on that note. It's fab. Guys, I'm just going to send you an email afterwards. There will be, it will just be a nice little paragraph. I want you to reply back to me with your goal. I'm going to be sticking them in a spreadsheet and keeping you in check of those goals. Might drop you a text occasionally. How's it going? So please do send us that email back with the goal. There's also going to be a picture attached to the email. In fact, I'll show you it now on my phone. You can see it. Please share this to social media if you can. It says simply, my goal is for 8 weeks. Pop it in there. Pop it on your story. This will be attached to the email, so you can copy and paste, save that. Tag OTF Winchester and tag the OTF accountability group. We've made an Instagram group just for you guys. I know everyone's not on Instagram, so don't worry at all if you're not going to be in it. Everything else you'll receive. You won't miss out if you're not on the Instagram. But please do. We just want to see some goals, share them all, get everybody else motivated.
The more people you tell about your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. So to get people telling them, get telling people, get sharing them.
Yeah. Good. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you're all feeling a bit motivated and a bit more positive about the next 8 weeks. It can be a bit daunting. I felt a bit kind of, you know, sort of a bit down this week about things, but just even seeing you all really, really helps us as staff as well to keep motivated. We need the motivation too. So please submit your goals. Please tag them on social media. And if you can, join in a couple of Zoom workouts this week and I'll send the login on the email.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.